What's up, crew? Today I wanted to cover a really important topic in League of Legends, and that topic is throwing. I would say I get asked how to avoid throwing more than any other question regarding League of Legends, and there's a reason for that, because it happens so damn often. And I'm right there with you guys. I've thrown countless games since I've started this game. So upon a lot of reflection, research, and knowledge I've gained through experience, I'm here today to tell you how to avoid throwing in League of Legends.
So we can be free.
So in order to stop throwing, we need to understand what leads to throwing, and there's tons of things that can lead to a throw. Let's talk about what some of the most common ways one can throw are, and how to avoid each way. The first and most common way to throw is simply by dragging a game out too long. That's right, most throws are simply from letting the enemy team outscale you. This is also the hardest type of throw to prevent, because it takes the most coordination from your team. There's really no surefire way of avoiding this, but you can greatly delay the scaling of the opposing team by doing a few things. First of all, you're going to want to force 5v5s while you're ahead. Champions like Vayne, Jax, or Nasus all need a lane to farm to really scale up and destroy late game. By forcing 5 people to one lane, you're cutting off their source of gold and thus delaying when they will outscale you. The real key here is simply taking objectives as a team. The second piece of this puzzle is to secure Dragon and Baron control. Now, Dragon control is easy. If you're ahead, simply control the vision around Dragon, and if they try to contest it, force a 5v5. The idea is you're going to be stronger than them before they scale up, so they either forfeit the Dragon or risk losing a team fight. It's a win-win. Baron can be a little trickier because it's just harder to take, but the same concept applies. Force them to come check the Baron, and if Vayne, Nasus, or whatever champion chooses to stay bot to farm up, then you can force a 4v5 at Baron. The bottom line is you want to be forcing these 5v5 scenarios, giving them no time to farm up. Another common way of throwing is by getting baited by one person's mistake. How often do you see a teammate get caught or simply get out of position, and instead of cutting your losses and letting him die, you send 2 people after him to try and save him, and as a result, all 3 of you die. Now they can have a free choice of pushing objectives as a team or taking Baron. Trying to save the unsavable is extremely stupid, and trying to be the hero and somehow keeping them alive is extremely low percentage, and can turn a winnable 4v5 scenario into a 3v5 scenario that can simply not be won. So drop your pride, stop trying to be the hero, and cut your losses when one person makes a mistake and gets caught. The third common way of throwing is overstaying. Overstaying can happen in 2 forms. Overstaying and greeting for an objective, or by simply not basing after taking a team objective. The first form is an extremely easy fix. Just respect the enemy. Don't get cocky and think you can greed and get away with it. Just be smart, take what you can get for sure, and then get out. The second form is something that isn't quite as obvious, but let's think about the most common scenario that this happens. You've just managed to sneak a Baron, but everyone is low on HP. 2 people are pinging to fight the 3 enemies who are coming to stop your backs, and 3 people are danger pinging. So what usually happens here? What usually happens is 2 people will get the hell out like they're supposed to, and 3 people will turn and fight. Because they're low on HP, they will lose this fight. Now you've just wasted Baron and have given them an opportunity to counter push. The right thing to do here is to get out, just back. You got what you came for, so just disengage and use it. It frustrates me when I get baited into a terrible fight because 3 people thought it was a good idea to waste Baron and fight with under half HP. Just do the right thing here and base. Throwing can actually happen in all stages of the game. Throwing can happen at the end of the game like the 3 examples I've just given, but they can also happen in the laning phase. One of the most common throws actually happens in laning phase. So what usually leads to a throw in your lane? Taking towers too early. I know it only seems logical to push that outer turret down as soon as you can. The truth is though, if you're stomping a lane, taking the tower too early can be exactly what the enemy needs to get back into the game. The enemy now has the opportunity to just freeze the wave all the way near their inner turret and just safely farm. Now if you want to continue to get farm, you have to overextend by a pretty hefty amount. This leaves you extremely vulnerable to getting ganked and one step closer for the enemy to come back. The last common way of throwing is simply with your mindset. If you lose a teamfight when you're way ahead, it doesn't automatically mean you've thrown. Almost every time I get aced after being ahead, someone on my team says, "GG, we threw." Please don't be this guy. Yeah, obviously it's not good that you lost a fight when you're so ahead, but chances are you guys just fucked up the fight, and if you execute properly next time, you'll be fine. Don't let other people playing the blame game and losing hope get to you. Stay confident and radiate your confidence to everyone on your team. keep everyone's spirits up. And if that can't be done, you need to at least keep your own spirits up. Don't tilt. That concludes how to avoid throwing in League of Legends. I hope this was helpful for everyone who watched. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel for more League advice, and leave a comment if you have any questions and I'll do my best to answer you. Thank you all, and till next time.
That's what they call me. Promise that you'll never be lonely. In these fast times, chasing lifelines for a lifetime. I've had my heart in the right place at the wrong time with the right girl in another world. Maybe we would be together still if you